Here's something people get backwards about heart disease. The plaque that triggers a heart attack is often not the biggest blockage. It's the unstable plaque. Arterial plaque comes in different forms. Some plaque becomes hard and calcified over years, almost like concrete. Dangerous long-term, but relatively stable. Other plaques stay softer, inflamed, and fragile, with a thin cap that can rupture suddenly. When that rupture happens, a clot can form on top of it and block blood flow. That clot is what causes many heart attacks and strokes. That changes the entire goal. You actually have two separate jobs. Job 1 is stopping new plaque from forming. Job 2 is stabilizing plaque that already exists, so it's less likely to rupture. Plaque begins with damage to the endothelium, the thin lining inside your arteries. High blood pressure, smoking, elevated blood sugar, and chronic inflammation can all irritate that lining. Once damaged, LDL particles carrying ApoB slip into the artery wall. ApoB is basically the identifying protein on particles that can contribute to plaque. Inside the wall, LDL can become oxidized, and oxidized LDL acts like a distress signal that attracts immune cells and starts inflammation. So one strategy is reducing how much LDL is available to enter the wall in the first place. Plant sterols help here. They're concentrated in foods like flaxseed, sesame seeds, nuts, and legumes. Because they resemble cholesterol structurally, they compete with it for absorption in the intestine. Less cholesterol absorbed means the liver pulls more LDL out of circulation. Soluble fiber works through a related mechanism. Ground flaxseed is especially useful because it forms a thick gel in the gut that binds cholesterol and bile acids, helping remove them from the body before they're absorbed. But lowering LDL is only part of the picture. Once LDL becomes oxidized, inflammation starts feeding plaque growth. That's where flavonoids come in. These compounds, found in berries, onions, leafy greens, dark chocolate, and tea, reduce inflammatory signaling and make artery walls less sticky to immune cells. Studies consistently associate higher tea intake with lower stroke risk. Lycopene works differently. It's the red carotenoid in tomatoes, watermelon, and pink grapefruit. Lycopene helps neutralize reactive oxygen species involved in oxidative stress, which matters because oxidation is what makes LDL dangerous inside the artery wall. Now we shift to job 2, stabilizing plaque that already exists. EPA and DHA, the omega-3 fats concentrated in salmon, sardines, and mackerel, appear to directly influence plaque biology. EPA can become incorporated into unstable plaque and make it less prone to rupture while also calming inflammation. In the Reduce It trial, concentrated EPA reduced major cardiovascular events by 25% in high-risk patients. That study used prescription-strength doses, but the mechanism is still relevant to dietary fish intake. Omega-3s also improve nitric oxide signaling, helping arteries stay more relaxed and reducing mechanical stress on vulnerable areas. Garlic is especially interesting because it supports both jobs at once. Its active compound, allicin, lowers inflammation, but garlic also reduces platelet stickiness. That matters because after a plaque ruptures, the dangerous event is often the clot forming on top of it. Aged garlic extract has shown evidence for slowing coronary calcification progression and reducing low attenuation plaque, the softer rupture-prone kind. One practical detail matters here. Allicin only forms after garlic is crushed or chopped. It needs several minutes exposed to air before heating because high heat destroys the compound before it fully develops. 2 lifestyle interventions deserve mention too. Supervised high-intensity interval training has shown surprisingly strong evidence for reducing plaque volume in some trials, and regular sauna use is associated with improved endothelial function and lower blood pressure. So the practical framework is simple. For job 1, ground flaxseed, flavonoid-rich foods, tea, and lycopene sources like tomatoes. For job 2, fatty fish regularly plus garlic or aged garlic extract. Add interval training several times weekly and consider sauna use if accessible. And cut back on concentrated sugary foods that quietly worsen inflammation and endothelial damage. None of this replaces medical evaluation or treatment for cardiovascular disease. This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute medical advice. Consult a physician before making major changes to diet, exercise, or supplements, especially if you take blood thinners or have diagnosed cardiovascular disease. Follow for more. Like and subscribe.